get your real estate license, step one. Okay, get your real estate license. That will both make you feel like you accomplished something. You'll have some level of understanding of the business. Step two is you need to get your ass into some kind of an office environment where there's people doing deals, whether that's brokeraging, buying, selling, transacting, mortgages, whatever, transactions. You got to be in that environment. You can't do that on your own, especially if you don't know what you're doing. Okay? The fact that I made MTIPU and I'm creating this platform is to empower people that didn't know or that might know a little bit or they're somewhere in between and they want to progress. That's what this is for, because I know that's what's lacking. So education, get your license. Now the reason I say get your license outside of empowerment is because when you get your license, you have the ability to broker deals. And so, quick example, no matter where you are in the country, you can do this. You can go into a deal and you start with people you know, and then there's all these different prospecting means, which I can touch on in a second, to meet people. So assuming you get your license, you have a basic understanding and a knowledge of how the business works, you have a mentor, someone to help guide you. Okay, that's very, very critical. That's the difference between spending that 20 years, like the guy said, or doing it in 2 years. Someone telling you the whatnots is the big difference in succeeding, especially in commercial real estate. So you get a mentor, you get the education, you get your real estate license, you start brokering deals. Brokeraging deals means you make anywhere between half a percentage point on a transaction value to, let's say, on average, up until 6% would be the maximum a broker would make. Okay? Now, what does that mean in dollar value? You can do a $500,000 deal at 5% and make $25,000. You could do $1 million deal at 5% and make $50,000. You can do, most likely when you're beginning, those under $2 million is probably where you're going to live. If you're lucky to do above $2 million, there's no difference. Zero to me difference in a $20 million deal, a $100 million deal, and a $500,000 deal. Same shit. The work is the same. The only difference is you're talking to more arrogant, cocky, stuck-up motherfuckers. I'd much rather do that $500,000 deal because those people are a lot more pleasant to deal with on a day-to-day basis. And you probably will end up making more margin. So brokeraging is at its core the pedigree to get into the business. You make your money, and then through transacting on behalf of other people alongside them, you're getting that experience to be like, okay, this is how an escrow works. Okay, that's what a buyer and a seller is. Okay, this is what an environmental survey is. These are the steps you need in escrow. This is how you write an offer. Going through that regurgitation of work hundreds of times until you get into that escrow. That repetition is what's going to get you that leg up to do it. Now you can choose to do the same thing I just explained in residential real estate, and the experience will be the same. Like the steps I just said, get your license, get a mentor, work in an office, start brokering deals. You could have chose that route in residential and said that was your life. Or you could have started that in commercial. There's zero difference. Zero difference. Okay? If anything, I think dealing with commercial real estate, even though you're dealing with smarter people, it will make you smarter. The deals are based on requirements, not so much emotion. Residential real estate is a very emotional game, right? Honey, I don't like the neighborhood. Kids are gonna walk here. Nobody cares. In commercial real estate, is my employee gonna be able to walk at night would be their safety concern for their business. But generally speaking, this is a lot more functional and numerical, mathematical than this, okay? So that's the pedigree. Education, mentorship, and brokeraging. That's how you get into this game.